Is it really surprising that the most powerful man in the world should be a figure of controversy?
We, as a population on this planet, have been looking for a savior.
We're talking about a being whose very existence
They are not telling us the truth.
challenges our own sense of priority in the universe.
Human beings have a horrible track record of following people of great
Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Chaos.
Maybe he's just a guy trying to do the right
We
thing.
know better now, don't we? Devils don't come from hell beneath us.
They brought their war here.
No, they come from the sky.
The world has been so caught up with what he can do that no one has asked what he should do.
That's how it starts. Tell me, do you bleed? You will.
Hello YouTubers out there, this is Jerry Sutterby at the movies. So I looked at the new trailer, the teaser for Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. And I am, you know, to be perfectly honest, a little sick and tired of superhero movies in general. I think there are just too many of them. So, but this one is remarkably different from anything of late that I've seen with regards to superhero movies at all. I mean, it is somewhat darker, but it seems a little bit more intelligent than the norm. In other words, it seems to hint anyway at the complexity of, at the very least, of the Man of Steel himself, Superman. It shows that maybe the world was not ready for him, which is certainly, it comes from the comics from what I understand. I don't know from what generation, but I'm going to think into the 90s or thereabouts, particularly either after or before the Death of Superman comic, which was in the mid-90s. But it's also very much in opposition to the sunny disposition of Christopher Reeve's Superman films, because in those films Superman was welcomed by the people. It was assumed that they were fine with this guy who was an alien coming from somewhere else and being in their planet. Now, I'm a big supporter of Man of Steel. I thought that was a terrific movie about Superman because it really dealt with the character very closely. Now, it's not a great movie, but it is a damn good one, and certainly beats Superman 3 and 4 from Christopher Reeve's own series of Superman pictures. But it took the character seriously and still invoked a sense of some fun, but there was a sense of urgency to it. And the nature of being Superman. What is it like to be Superman? And he's almost like a recluse, like he hides himself, his powers from everyone because they could cause him damage. So it was just a very different kind of superhero film altogether, and that's what I really liked about it. It was very character-oriented in that sense. So I didn't know what to expect with this Batman vs. Superman movie because I already was a bit, shall we say, pissed off that they decided to put Ben Affleck as Batman. I don't think he's a good choice. Hard to tell from this teaser how he measures up next to Christian Bale, who of course was a terrific Bruce Wayne and Batman, or even Michael Keaton from back in the day, you know, really anybody else. I don't see it because Ben Affleck doesn't have a strong enough presence to me. That's just my personal opinion, shared by some other people who found it deplorable that he played Daredevil. So, getting back to the movie, there's only a brief glimpse of Ben Affleck. We assume he's one of the people, as the teaser hints at, that one of the group of people in the city of Metropolis, at the very least, and elsewhere, that sees Superman as some sort of a false god. In fact, there's a statue of Superman in one shot, and it says, with red letters, false god. And I show a couple of little clips at the beginning of this show, just to give you an idea, in case you haven't seen the teaser. Anyway, it hints at something much darker. And I actually like the direction that they're going with here, because Superman wasn't always light and fun. Not that, you know, it shouldn't be, but that hopefully there's a balance between light and dark. And that's what I would like to see. So, it's a very interesting teaser. I mean, it's a 180 from the fun of the Star Wars teaser, certainly. This is much more dark, a little more subterranean, and it's got Batman. Now, I don't know, the Batman costume you see very briefly. It's hanging on inside of a glass case or something, and Ben Affleck is looking at it. And also, then there's a moment where he's wearing something that looks more like a metal armor, where he always had glowing eyes. So I appreciate that they went through those lengths to be faithful to that degree. Try to show things a little bit different. How this battle is going to work out will be interesting, because if it really is Batman versus Superman, it's not a fair fight. Superman is not somebody you can mess with, clearly. He's the strongest man in the world, I would think. He's a man of steel. Batman is really just a guy in a costume, so he's not really a superhero by any stretch of the imagination. But I found that this was interesting. It held my interest, and so I kind of look forward to seeing this one, because it doesn't seem like it's... Not that there's anything wrong with the Avengers, but you know how a lot of these movies seem almost interchangeable, particularly in the Marvel Universe. And this one seems like it's going for something else entirely, some ideas. And I appreciate that, so that's what I think of it. So I guess I look forward to it, after all. Yeah, there you go. Batman vs. Superman might have some, may hold some interest after all, but it won't come out till a year from now. So, yeah, this is an early second teaser. We'll see. And this is Jerry Sadovia at the Movies, signing off.